afternoon, everybody. I'm Roger here in my 701, getting ready to do a little flight in my 701 and just have a little demonstration on takeoff and landing and just a little talk about the 701's history and how 2021 was such a great year for the little 701. So right now we're just kind of letting the Rotax engine warm up. It's a cool day. It's probably 29, 30 degrees outside. So it takes a little bit for the oil temperature to warm up. The water's already almost 180. And we'll do a run up here. So this my 701 here. It was built in 1998. I got the Rotax 100 horse in it now. Originally it had the 80 horse, which was perfect until they came out with the 100 horse, and then 100 just made it that just much better. I got a three blade ground adjustable cinch nick prop. It works very well. I'm very pleased with the performance on it. Definitely helps take off, climb, and then cruise, and then even on landing it kind of helps. It gives me a little bit more. It's not as draggy as some of the other props out there. I just have basic instruments in here. I've never upgraded to the new glass screen. You know, you can save a lot of cost, and just, you know, if you're flying around the pattern, the P-patch, and just enjoying the 701, all you need is, you know, airspeed, ball, altimeter, compass, and, you know, a good radio. It's always nice to have a good radio. Everything else you could probably get on your cell phone. Alright, we're going to do a run up here. We're going to run it up to 4,000 and do an ignition check. Left, right, and both. We'll go to right first. Let it sit there for a minute. I always like to let it just sit for a second, make sure it's not fooling me. Go back to both. Go to left. Let it sit there for a minute. Back to both. Let it sit there. And it looks great. And we did upgrade it to the new soft start. Originally Rotax didn't have that, so we have that. And we check the controls, clear and free. The 701 just has a center stick. We don't have an option for a dual stick. I like the center stick the best. We do have a new flap handle called the Cube flap handle. Rubber Cube designed it, and we got permission from his wife to start producing it and selling it. And thank you, Robert. He did a great job, and well needed in the 701. It's nice. You can deploy the flaps, you know, right at flap speed, which is 60 miles an hour. Before you had to slow down quite a bit before you could get it in the flap speed. And we will check the controls again. Lowered the flaps. We lowered them. You got 4 notches. You got off, notch 1, notch 2, and the full flaps. I take off about notch 3, which is about 9 degrees, 10 degrees of flaps. I got a total of 15 degrees of flaps. It doesn't sound like much compared to most aircraft, but you do have a full moving flapper on, so the flaps are the full length. And we still got good control on the flaps, nice and smooth. Temperatures are starting to go up. Got a little bit of fuel. Got about a little over a quarter tank in each tank. We turn on the cabin heat today. Mexico traffic, Experimental 701 is going to be departing runway 06 and will remain in the pattern for Mexico. Alright, so the 701, it's a nice little light little airplane, and the way I like to start off on it is you add full brakes. I got a little bit of flaps down. I'll have the stick back from neutral. I could go all the way back or in between neutral and full, and then I'll release the brakes with full power. Nose comes up and I'll go forward with the stick. And here we go. And that was just so simple. I didn't do anything extreme. And once we get a safe altitude, I'll deploy or put the flaps all the way up. I like to have a nose attitude where I can see over the nose. You know, this time of year you get a lot of ducks and geese and everything, so I like to just be conservative. Being conservative, you're still climbing 700-800 feet a minute. It's a nice day, a little overcast, but these are the nice days. And we'll kind of level off here. You know, I built mine in '98. We weren't, you know, back in '98 it was all about speed, low wings, fast, glass airplanes, and you couldn't sell a high wing if you tried. And we sold quite a few, but not like today. Today is, man, it's all about STOL operation, high wings, and the 701 is still probably one of the most popular airplanes out there. We had 2021, we had several STOL competitions by quite a few of our customers. I think we started the year off in Australia with Dean Phillips. He has a 701 with the Viking engine, and man, he did an awesome job. And I'd like to fly with him one day, or maybe I can show him a few things about flying a 701. But he did an awesome job, won first place, I think, here in Australia. And then John Humbard's been very busy this year flying a 701. I think he calls it the little 701, little red 701. He had the STOL competition. He had one in Georgia. He had a couple others. You know, he's up at Oshkosh for the STOL demonstration, not a competition, just demonstration. And then he went down to Sun and Fun and came home with the shortest takeoff and grand prize and everything. He took the whole thing home. And that was just awesome. And then we had Jan Eggenfelder with the 750 Super Duty, his Viking. Man, I tell you what, he has really improved his STOL performance in the last year. I've been watching him, and you know, when he first started out, he didn't know, you know, he knew how to fly the airplane, but the nerves, you know, being in front of spectators and everything, he's really come a long way. And then we got a young kid, we did the High Sierra, the 701. I think he was 25 years old, and took the competition. I couldn't believe it, you know. And you know, it's just all my customers are having a great time, having fun with their airplanes. And Mexico traffic, Springway is on our left now, waiting for 06 Mexico. And we'll just extend it out here a little ways. So yeah, they've been really working the 701 over pretty good. And we're going to come in here and I'll just show you a landing. Mexico traffic, Springway is going to be turning left base 406 Mexico. And we're going to slow it down a little bit, check all our temperatures, everything looks great. Now I'm extending out a little further than I normally do, but I'm just trying to, you know, get some talk in as I'm doing my downwind, so. And I think today I want to put the flaps down on final since I'm out a little ways. Now the 701, I have the only thing I really have different than some of these modified is I got the VGs on the elevator. We sell as a kit, and what that does, it makes you come in about 15% slower approach speed than without them. So basically, you have more elevator authority. Okay, we got full flaps. We're right at the flap speed. Mexico traffic, Springway is on final 06 Mexico. And check everything, looks good. Typically you maintain a little high approach. As you can tell, it's so easy to fly. I mean, I'm not doing anything extreme. And as we get closer to the runway, I'm going to start bringing the nose up. And when I start bringing the nose up, I might add a touch of power. You don't need a lot, you just need a little bit. And a little burble there. And we're just going to set down right here on the 6. Stick all the way back. Look at that. You know, 150 feet or so, not even trying. Excellent, excellent. And we'll bring our flaps in the 3rd position. Mexico traffic, Springway is going to be departing runway 06, the standard pattern Mexico. Stick back, brakes on, power in, release, nose comes up, stick forward, let it fly right on off. You can pop it off a little bit shorter. main thing is get that nose off the ground as quick as you can, just like if you're in the, you know, rough terrain or something like that. So the 701, you know, we've done a lot of thinking over the last year or so about the 701, what we should do, what should we do to it, and so we're gonna bring it up like our the big brother. The big brother is a 750 STOL. You know, we developed the 750 STOL, and now the Super Duty and the Cruiser based on the 701. So we've done a lot of improvements on the airplanes over the 701, like, you know, adjustable seats, wider cabin, and it accommodates a lot of different engines more than the 701. So we're going to upgrade the 701 this next year. We're in the process right now. We're going to actually start, and we have started, making it a match tool kit. So we're trying to keep it as much as the same as the 701 as we can, but we want to try to make it easier build. You know, Chris is a great designer. He designed the 701 so, you know, a customer at home can build it from scratch with a 4-foot bending brake. I mean, that's just awesome. You know, you don't have to have an 8-foot bending brake or a big, you know, 10-foot, 8-foot shear, anything like that. So we're going to try to keep it the same. When we develop the 750 STOL, we have a one longeron on the rear fuselage, which makes it a lot simpler, and we're probably going to just keep it a 2-piece like on the 701 now. We don't want to try to change any of the flight characteristics, and you know, it's just really a nice, smooth, crisp control 701. And Mexico traffic, Spirmos is entering left downwind 406 Mexico. This time maybe we'll stay in a little closer, turn base to final a little sharper, shorter. So this is my 701. Like I said, I've had it here since '98. You know, I was working nights and weekends to build it. It was fun. You know, it was built. I was a lot younger then, so I had a lot more ambition, time, and you know. So right now I've got about 2,200 hours on the airframe. I really haven't done any maintenance as far as replacing the metal parts, rivets, bolts. It's just a fine little airplane. All right, we're gonna set up to stay a little closer, and we're not gonna do a STOL demonstration, but we're gonna show you how short it can land and without very little effort at all. All right, we're beating the numbers, and we're gonna bring the power back, bring the nose. And I noticed my airspeed is right at 90 miles an hour indicated, and one of the reasons is we've adopted the streamlined struts on the 701, which improved about 7 miles an hour in my cruise speed. So I mean, the 701 is not meant to go fast, so if you want to save fuel and performance, you can just bring back power a little bit and still maintain that cruise speed. Mexico traffic, Spirmos turning base to final 06 Mexico. I think they look a little nicer. So, you know, all these, there's a lot of old 701s out there. You can, you know, add the new flap handle, streamlined struts. We got the new windshield, the new bubble doors. Do some upgrades every year. It's always fun to do. And we're getting turned on final. Now, I had the great opportunity of helping do a lot of improvements to the Lizard airplane. Everybody's probably known the Lizard airplane. It's Christopher Desmond's 701, and got to do a lot of improvements, and I had the opportunity to purchase it. And I flew it most of the summer, and then I sold it to a gentleman that's back at almost as a home airport in California. And man, I tell you what, the customer is really enjoying it. It's a lot of airplane for the 701. Mexico traffic, Spirmos on short final 06 Mexico. I mean, this is just so fun. Now, you know, everybody says, well, do I need to get any transition trained? Well, you need to get used to flying a light airplane, and then you need to at least go up with somebody a couple takeoff and landings. All right, look at this, look at this. This is so simple. Maintain a little power. Just a little power, and it holds everything. I didn't even have full flaps, I just had about half. And we'll go around again one more time. That was a little bit more aggressive. Not as aggressive as Dino and Jan and John Humbert. but it'll get you out of the sandbar. You know, the problem is we're going to do a match hole 701. I might have to build me another 701. That's the problem. You start building and you enjoy the building and to see what you can come up with at the end. It's just, it's always fun and very rewarding to build your own aircraft, do the first flight. I've done, you know, 30, 40 first flights in all kinds of airplanes of Zeniths, and you know, it's very rewarding, you know, somebody's built that airplane, it's never, you know, had air underneath its wings before, and here you're the first one to do it. So it just makes you feel so good as a builder. It's just great. Alright, we're going to come around, we're going to do a last landing. So I hope to see you guys, and we got several workshops scheduled for the year, and come out and build the new 701, and have fun, maybe see us at the open houses and barbecues, and maybe we'll have some flyouts too, and everybody can join. So sit back and enjoy this last landing with me, guys. Mexico traffic, spin wheels on the left downwind 406 Mexico. Alrighty, we're gonna beam the numbers, bring back power, and bleed off the airspeed. Flaps down. Mexico traffic, Spring 701s, turning base 06 Mexico. And we're going to go ahead and deploy the last flaps, just to make it easier, because I'm getting a little short. Mexico traffic, Springville's turning final 06 Mexico. And we're going to start leveling out. Bring the nose up a little bit now. Start adding a little power. Work the rudders a little bit. That's not too bad. Gives you a reference. Didn't even touch down for the first part, so it just gives you a reference from the numbers to the end of the runway. That's pretty short. I'd say from here to the end of the runway is probably 200 feet, and we missed the first 30% of it, so 40%. I hope everybody enjoyed it today, and if you have any questions, feel free to call at the factory and or see us at the air shows, and come by the booth, and we'll talk about the new 701.